Namaste, beautiful soul. We are in a storm of intense energy. So many people are feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, then maybe something else is happening for you. Maybe you're feeling inspired or, we're all so different. We all have a different perception and way in which we experience. This is really a time where it feels like gray fuzzy energy coming in. A lot of the element of air, which is the masculine energy, which is causing us to want to react or act or like do something about what we're feeling and what we're experiencing. And it also feels quite like spiky, like it's here to point at the triggers within us so that they don't remain dormant or that they don't remain hidden. And even though you might have been working on something for years and then it's coming up again and it feels so strong, I want you to know that that's okay and that's normal. You don't want to run away from this opportunity to heal and dissolve a deep pattern that's been residing inside your system. So take advantage of this energetic storm that's coming in for us to really go deep. So things to be aware of, what not to do is not to look the other way and try to take a positive affirmation and try to be positive and just, ignore the discomfort. Or other things that you might think, oh, well, I know how to be aware of myself, and so I can just take myself away from this situation. I know the truth is that this is just an experience, and so I just belittle it. It's not something so major, and you kind of talk yourself out of it. Be careful of that, because what you really want to do is go, okay, this is big, this is uncomfortable. I know this is happening globally, which means there's a collective shadow that's rising to the surface. I know now how I can help the collective is I can be responsible for myself and look at my shadow and see what's coming up. And, if it's come up 1,000,000 times in your life, and here it is again, patience, gentleness, softness, tenderness with yourself, and presence. Bring yourself into your body. Notice where in your body you're feeling uncomfortable. You might even feel like, oh, I just want to climb out of my skin. Or you might feel like pinging or pressures or like different pulsing energies throughout the body. So really pay attention to your body and bring awareness into your body, and then observe your mind. Observe the darkness, observe what things it's telling you, what it's saying, how uncomfortable it's making you, and just watch everything that's coming up. By watching it, you go deeper into it. It's like you go into this dark, dark tunnel, you're right in it, you're observing it, you'll start to feel emotion. You might feel many different emotions, because often the emotion is layered on top of something that's quite deep. And so you feel the emotion, and no pressure on how much time this takes. This might take you a few days. It might be in and out over the next few weeks. You might have like a few moments a day where it comes up and it wants your attention. Every time you focus on it and you observe it without trying to stop it or control it or block it or resist it or run away from it, but just being the observer of it, it is dissolving. It is patterns upon patterns upon patterns that are starting to release and dissolve. And you'll have like momentary feelings of, oh, wow, I feel a bit lighter, I feel a bit more blissful, I feel a bit more connected. But you're not wanting to attach or achieve bliss and that feeling of joy. You're just giving space for what's showing itself. You're allowing what is. Now, what also the mind can do is it can try to attach to suffering. You'll see the difference. You'll notice the difference. Attaching to suffering is where you start to really like the suffering. You become the victim. You blame other things. You blame the suffering. There's accusation there. It's a different energy from where you allow what is to be what is, and it passes through by you just observing it. You're not trying to stop and attach and cling and try to identify with it. You're just watching it. So be aware of that as well, so that you don't attach. It's not I am suffering, or I am in anguish, or I am angry, or I am anxious, or I am in pain. It's not that. It's I am observing these emotions, and I'm giving them full permission to be embodied and experienced and expressed through me. That's as simple as it is. And just stay with it, observing. This is a really strong one, because something globally is shifting here. That's why so many people are experiencing it. So take responsibility for you. Give yourself space and time to observe, process, and allow what is to move through and out. And it will dissolve. It will release. Remember, we are in the world of anicca, which is impermanence. Everything is always changing. It doesn't stay the same. And also, just to some of you are saying, oh, why is this happening again and again and again? Well, imagine you were to experience this one emotion in its full entirety once, in one go. You wouldn't be able to handle it. It would be too much for your system. That's why you experience it over and over again, because each time you have a dark night of the soul, you have an ego death, you are having a massive release. It is releasing it in a small amount, an amount that you're ready for releasing, so that it's not overload for your system. You're not staying stagnant. It's not the same as it was 3 years ago. It is slightly different, even though it might feel like it's the same. It is different. You're moving. You're not in a circle that always comes back to the exact same point. You're moving in a cycle. You're moving in a spiral. You're moving forward. So while you're moving in that spiral, you get to that same point and you're like, oh, this is something I've experienced before. Yes, but you've moved forward and you have dissolved something already in the past. So there is an evolution happening here. It is profound. It is deep. I know the mind gets so frustrated when it's not seeing results, but things are resolving, things are moving and shifting. And because this is major and this is collective shifts, it's a strong one. So the tool for you is to come inside your body, to observe, keep well aware of the mind and observing it, and just be. With this knowledge that I'm sharing with you today, it's going to help you to process and dissolve these patterns. We are all in it, this storm. It is intense. So I'm sending you profound high frequency wisdom and Reiki right now. Close your eyes and receive. Another deep breath in, gentle breath out. You have received profound Reiki to support you during this time. From my heart and soul and the angels, namaste. Oh, and I always forget this. Please subscribe, because I am wanting to share more and more. And I know that This is going to help more and more people. And also, I have now set dates for Reiki Level 1, 2, Masters and Masters Holistic Healer. So you can go to my website and read up about it. It's a deep, sacred course and courses that help you with your spiritual evolution, spiritual awakening, giving you tools, support, and love. Namaste.